All right, it's about that time. The raid is over. Raid's been completed. We've done the story, we've done the raid, we've done the 12-man activity, and I think it's about time we just give it the absolute win that this expansion deserves. I'm talking about Final Shape being dubbed, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, as the best expansion ever in Destiny 2. The hardest thing for them to ever have done was make a raid better and more difficult than Last Wish. That's been done. They also had the hardest job ever to stick the landing of this 10-year saga in a culmination that feels just like Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, and they did that as well. And then they also kind of cut off the story, but also have it open-ended to see where the episodes are going to take us, the echoes, and what the future is to hold for Destiny. Now granted, tomorrow they're going to tell us what's going to be going on in Destiny post the next year, so we'll find out very, very soon. But I even made a tweet earlier today, and I've been thinking about it now that the race come out, now that I've done the 12-man activity. I've been saying this for a while, but I think this is the best, and it's like they saved the best for last. They put their heart into this expansion. They put their mind, their soul, they put their foot in this expansion. There might be some things here and there that, of course, you might not like, and there are some things that I disagree with as far as maybe choices in the story, choices in the gameplay, but I have enjoyed so much this expansion. And since Tuesday, I've dropped about 60 hours, maybe not 60 hours, but I've dropped at least 60, 65, almost 70 hours in this expansion since it launched. I think I've done about 17 to 20 hours every single day, including the raid, up to about 20, 25 hours. And I have loved this expansion more than I expected. Now, granted, I probably went into it like I've probably should have, with low expectations because of Lightfall, because of community sentiment that we've had surrounding the game for the past year leading up to Into the Light. Of course, a lot of that changed with Into the Light. Back then I did say that Into Light was the best free expansion, and they built upon that and just dropped a absolute banger on us. Final Shape is dope. This is the one expansion that I will say, if you have been thinking about playing Destiny 2, this is the one that should get you back if there was ever a chance. I know we probably said that in the past. About different expansions or times in the game. And I know the developers have also said that, but I personally think there's not a better time to jump into Final Shape, or really to jump into Destiny, than Final Shape. Especially with the confidence we have around the game right now as far as the quality and content, and possibly what is going to be our future as a community around this game. Now, this could all change in the next 24 hours, but I think this is a just overall thought that I've been wanting to get out, and I wanted to hold off on talking about it until we got to the raid and the final mission. And it is an absolute banger all across the board. The Pale Heart is fantastic. Prismatic is fantastic. All the new supers and subclasses and just all the build diversity is it's fantastic. I don't know if I can say it enough. This expansion has been phenomenal. And on top of that, we still have things coming down the pipeline. Even just Tuesday, right after we get this I guess stream from Bungie talking about what's going to be coming down the line, we're getting the exotic class items that are going to absolutely change the foundation of Destiny going forward. With Prismatic, we had these class items coming out. They weren't going to be unlocked until the raid, and we're only a few days away from being able to farm that almost infinitely and getting all these different combinations in Final Shape for these exotic class items to use with Prismatic, and changing the game even more. I think this is a fantastic thing, obviously, but there's one more thing to go after, and we have the normal season, the echoes, the episodes coming soon, and even if there's not too much going on in the next couple of months, there is more than enough content to hold players for a very long time, in my opinion. You still got Onslaught, you still got the Whisper mission, you still have the 0 hour mission, and you still have Salvation's Edge, which is one of the, if not the best raid they've ever done, from opening to finish. There's probably been raids that I've loved, but they've always had maybe 1 or 2 encounters that's just like a snooze fest or boring. Not here. Absolute banger, encounter after encounter after encounter. Fantastic raid. And that just knocks it over the edge for Forsaken, over the edge for Witch Queen, over the edge for Taken King, which are 3 of the high points in this community's, like, you know, sentiment around the best times in Destiny. This is I don't want to say it's a peak, because that means we can never get back here, but this is a new ceiling that we have just broken through with Final Shape. And I gotta say, props to the community for also acknowledging it and giving Bungie their props, and props to the Bungie developers for a year. I know they said that they had spent over a year on this DLC, or even longer, and props to them. I was worried about the delay and if it was going to make a difference. I absolutely can tell that the delay made a difference. Everything was very balanced as far as like getting it all pushed out and into players' hands, and the experience was very smooth. Granted, we can talk about the launch bugs, but hey, when you got 500,000 people trying to all play at the same time and you're not prepared for that, things can go wrong, and that's okay. I don't think the first 24 hours of the game, we'll say 12 hours. 12 hours of the game should dictate the overall opinion and view of this game. Understandable to be frustrated, but it doesn't take anything away from me. Doesn't take anything away from this being the best expansion and the best content drop from a story standpoint, from a PvE standpoint. We can't talk about PvP. This isn't that kind of a community around here. But overall, fantastic across the board. I wanted to go out and just, talk about it. I've talked about a stream, but I wanted to get it on YouTube as well. That as of right now, this is June 9th, and I'm a few hours out from doing the raid. Granted, we got kind of bullied by the witness, but that's fine. A lot of teams did not complete this raid as well. Unfortunately, my team was one of them, but after 40 hours, we had to call it. That's okay. We gave it our best. And even then, I went out of that raid saying, man, this is what I wanted in a day one. This is what I wanted in a contest mode. This is how raiding should be long term. I hope that Bungie, whenever we do get another raid, we might not get another raid for another year and a half, but I hope they, keep this momentum up moving forward. And who knows, this video might be irrelevant in the next 24 hours, but that's okay. I wanted to go on record and giving Bungie their props. We always do such a great job, maybe not great, but we also always do a really good job at criticizing Bungie about stuff, but you gotta give them props for this one. Fantastic across the board. This is the prime Bungie content, in my opinion, and this is the one that I'll say, if anyone has been out of the game or not been playing the game, this is the one. This is the one. So GG's all around. This has been a fantastic experience. 10 out of 10, would play again, and all that stuff. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.